All right. So for announcements for this week, I am just going to the Coach Breaking News in the online office. So we have $10 off of the Performance Recover. There's 10% off the 3-day refresh kits. So if you don't have a group going yet, that might be a really good group, especially for like new people to get introduced into what we do. Instead of buying like a full challenge pack, they can just get the 3-day refresh kits. And I think September is not like January, because January is awesome, but it's another great time for people, school starting, and like the season is changing. It's just like a great time for people to kind of have that mindset shift. Like I know even for me, it's like, all right, like 2 more weeks of summertime. I'm like, well, it's not like not going back to school or anything, but it's just that mindset. So think of, for September, like what new things that you guys can do with the 3-day refresh coming up. Um, Promo codes in September, if you use whatever ones that you use for this month, you'll get for next month. Meaning if you have 3 people using the promo codes this month, you'll get 3 more for next month. If you have 1 person that used it this month, you'll get only 1 for September. Everything else is obviously in here since that's where I'm reading from. And if you guys live in New Jersey, we are doing a team dinner on Thursday at 6:30. That's at Cafe Paleo. Even if you're not from New Jersey and you want to come, feel free. And I think that's all for announcements. And I did make a PowerPoint because I can't remember anything nowadays and to keep myself on track. So let me share that. Okay. So I wanted to do this call on really networking, because this is network marketing and making connections with people. Like the invite, I'm really not going to cover in this call because I think we do a lot of inviting, and some of you might do a lot of like cold inviting. And I think we kind of need to get back to the full circle of inviting. And that really has to start with networking and expanding your audience and reaching those new people. Like for me, when I first started, yes, it was a lot of friends, family, war market, people that I knew. But 6 years later, yes, I still talk to those same people because they're continually watching me. But unless I grew my network and found new people, I was just going to be repeating myself to the same people and getting nowhere fast. So growing your network and expanding your market to new people is really like at the forefront of growing your business and continuing this cycle of networking, connection, and then inviting. So that way, because, we all don't like inviting. We think it's icky or this or that. And I think if you have that networking and connection with them first, the invite becomes a little bit more natural instead of just sending out cold invites to somebody that you've never talked to or connected to before. So the first thing, and this is going to be a very interactive call, so definitely use the comment section. I might not be able to see it because I'm sharing my screen at the same time, but definitely use that. Sorry, Lisa, I had to mute you. Okay, so first thing, and I put this in tonight's post for the team call, is first thing that we're going to do, and I want to try and keep this around like 30, 45 minutes so that you guys can do this every single day, right? So the first thing, even if you've posted today and you're like, Rose, I already posted today, I don't care. I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes to come up with another post and make it an engaging post with, of course, a photo. And this is really going to be geared towards Instagram. You can gear this a little bit towards Facebook, but a lot of, the lingo language is going to be different. But what I mean by an engaging photo is you want people to comment. You don't want people to just scroll and say, oh, nice picture. And that's what I was kind of getting to when I posted this call on the team pages. A lot of you guys are doing like that hard work, right? Like you're being a product of the product. You're doing the workouts. You're drinking your Shakeology every day. You're posting on your stories every single day. But there's, you're posting pictures that you can see people. but there's that connection. There's a piece that's missing. And I think a lot of it is just building up your network and having that engagement with people instead of just posting and kind of like hoping that people like fairies come to it and like land on it and like message you out of nowhere. Maybe you'll get lucky and have one person a year like do that. But that's not how I built my business. And I know for pretty much 99% of people, coach wise, like you have to work for it. So I'll give you guys 5 minutes to post an engaging photo with a question or ask for advice. So how, when you're thing too, like if you're going through Instagram and you're stopping and seeing something, what makes you comment on somebody's photo? So I'm going to show you guys some examples first. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. Give me 1 second. Yeah, Mallory, you can definitely post your post, and everyone, you can post what you're gonna post in the comments here so everybody can see and kind of like get ideas off of each other, because sometimes that's like the hardest thing is that we get in our own heads of what, like, oh my, we just overcomplicate things, right? Like, oh my God, what am I gonna post about this and that? Where if we share to only my people, sorry, I'm trying to share this at the same time. Or if we can just get it out of our, get out of our heads and just do it, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. But if this is your first time trying to post like an engaging post, then great, because the next time it will be better, and so on and so forth. Sorry, I'm having trouble sharing this bigger screen. All right, can everyone see the screen with the two posts? Give me a thumbs up so I can see. All right, thanks, Mallory. Okay, so with this coach, her question for her engaging post was, do you have a better workout when you like what you're wearing? Like, I think that's so simple and so relatable. And I would say, yeah. And you know what? Thanks, Coach JC. I think I might steal this question for later on this week. Like, I think that's a great way to get engagement. I'm not talking about what workout I'm doing or actually inviting people, but it's a great way to engage and start to have conversations with people. Same chick, she wrote, help, I am in need of change for my hair. All right, has nothing to do with Beachbody, nothing to do with workout or nutrition, but you guys know, like, asking for advice, asking for help always gets a ton of engagement. So if you're thinking of like Halloween is coming up, what outfit are you going to choose? Or like end of the summer, like mini vacations, like what, like ask people like, what are some fun activities to do with the kids, like before they go back to school, or what's a fun little weekend getaway that you can do, right? So ask questions that's going to get a lot of engagements. And I put Lisa and Erica on here so I didn't forget, because they had friggin' awesome posts and they didn't even know this. But they had awesome engaging posts today. So I'm going to go to Lisa's so you guys can see. So Lisa asked, is there something in your house that you buy so much of, but just go through like crazy? Sorry, I can't talk tonight. And then she also asked another question at the end. Any other strawberry loving kids out there? 75 comments, guys, on a freaking strawberry post. Like, it's super simple. Just get out of your heads and not overcomplicate things, right? And she didn't, not yet. I don't think she went back. Okay, so with some of them, she went back and commented on, and that's just going to get it higher up in the news feed, and that's going to have more engagement when she talks back to people, right? So I'm going to give you guys 2 more minutes. If you already came up with your post, great. I'll give you another example of an engaging post, and that was by Erica. And this one, super simple, nothing to do with working out. Which one are you? There are 2 types of people, A or B. I'm a total B person. And sometimes it's not even wrapped up. Sometimes it's just on the floor. 39 comments on a vacuum cleaner post. No. How is this going to work when you're inviting them to a challenge group or something else? It's just creating that connection right now. It's creating that relationship. It's creating that familiarity. And people are like, I get Erica. Like, I am so a bee person, or whatever it is. Like, it is funny. And people are going to see Erica's post tomorrow and go, you know what? I'm going to check it out more because I liked her post from yesterday because it was freaking hilarious and I got a kick out of it, right? It entertained me. So I'm going to keep on looking at what Erica is posting. And then I did two. Well, I did one today, didn't get any traction. So if it doesn't work, say, all right, cool, it didn't work. What can I do better for next time? So today it was more of a workout post. I said, who thinks burping and bouncing should count as cardio? I didn't get many likes and I got no comments. Okay, that one was a dud. Yesterday's post, I said, why do they only let me go out to the doctor and the chiropractor? And I got 35 comments on that. So some things are gonna work and some things, like today's post for me, is gonna be a total dud. But I'm sure a lot of people saw this post because I got a lot of engagement on the other post. So it's okay if you get some duds on some and not on others, because they'll kind of keep recycling each other too. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Great, here's some Mallory. Thanks, Mallory. 75 comments on strawberries. Yeah, Lisa. Awesome. Yeah, so guys, if you already have your post or if you need help, definitely go in the chat and comment. And then one last thing that I wanted to say about this part too is, if you come up with a lot of great ideas, because I do this all the time, I'll be thinking and I'll have all these great ideas, and then, you know, tomorrow I'll be like, what the hell was I thinking about? And I totally forgot. On Instagram, if you go to like start your post and instead you hit like a little the back button, you can save drafts of everything. So in the moment, like say one day your like brain is on like fire and you have like 5 great posts that you want to do, you can, you know, do them right there, hit that back button, and then save a ton of drafts. And I thought that was a really great tip, especially, you know, for the days that we're busy and babies are screaming and crying and all that crazy stuff. Awesome, Mercedes. Great. Awesome. So Mercedes asked, what are some of your excuses? Great. So see, and that would be something good to let us know in the team page tomorrow, and I'll keep a lookout to see if that worked in that area. Because sometimes too, like I'll post a question in the beginning and I'll get a lot of traction. And then sometimes if I post it at the end, I might too. So see like where that placement of that question too has like the biggest impact. All right, so we posted an engaging photo. And if you guys don't do this, like, I don't want to say get off the call, but like you have to do this stuff, right? Like, even if it's not like the greatest post in the world, like this stuff needs to go in order. And we just have to stop like overthinking and being emotional about it and getting in our own way and getting in our own heads about it. All right, so we posted the engaging photo. Next thing I want you guys to do is add a story with a poll or question. So this was the same chick. And all she did was like talk about like different bedspreads. Like, so simple, right? Simple, has nothing to do with working out, nothing to do with nutrition. But hey, you get people who are into home decor, designing, all that kind of stuff, people that like to go to Target, whatever. So like her first story was, okay, I need some help with something not important, LOL, trying to pick a bedspread, threw them on, took a pic, help me vote. So she said A, B, she had a C, I didn't put that one. And then the last story with the poll was, I realize they're very similar, but I can't decide, A, B, or C. So like this chick is very relatable, making it super simple, and people are like really connecting with her. Does anybody not know how to do a story or a story with the poll? Raise your hand. It's okay. I'll show you guys. Okay, I think we're all good. So I'll give you guys like 2 seconds. Even, I'm trying to think what I did today in my stories. Let me see if I can share my stories with you guys really quick. Okay, does everyone see my phone? Thumbs up? All right, cool. Yay for Jessica. She had her baby. All right, so today in one of my polls, where am I? All right, so I did got your workout in today. And if I go on the bottom, if I click on the bottom, I can see 3 people said yes and 3 people said no. So I can go to those people, and that's where that connection part happens. So Rachel got her workout in. I can say, awesome girl. I'm going to message her using that little paper airplane thing. And just say, hey, what workout did you do? Right? So the people that said, yes, I got my workout in, that's how I'm going to start the conversation. For people that said, no, I didn't get the workout in, I say like, oh, that sucks. Like, what got in your way? Or, was your day busy? Or what were you going to do today? What other poll did I use? Oh, this one was because my kitchen was a complete disaster after I was meal prepping. And in my poll, I said, do you ever have enough counter space? I had votes for never or votes forever. I meant like never, ever, ever. So I had 30 people that said never. So I can message them and be like, oh my gosh, girl, like my kitchen is always a disaster. How about you? Just starting a conversation with them has nothing to do with Beachbody, nothing to do with workouts or anything like that. Yesterday, I asked a question. What does a pink sky mean? I knew it means something. I think that rain is on the way. So I got a ton of people, right? Oh, sailors are like, that's what I was looking for. Red sky at night, sailors delight. So I can message those people. So definitely like, and I had to really think outside the box too, is like, how can I use the poll option more, and how I use that, that question box more. And then I also did today, see, I made it a point within the last 24 hours to do more polls. What's your go-to nail color? Like I always go for pink. So I had 7 people vote for pink and 8 people vote for red. Again, I can go back, message those people, and talk nail color, right? All right, hopefully that gave you guys enough time to make a story with a poll or a question. So here's more examples. If you wanted to share your personal development and just take like a screenshot, and I used to do this too when I actually had time to read, is just like take a screenshot of my personal development, and you can just be like, yes, truth, or like totally agree with that, like don't agree with that. Try and make this one bigger. Yeah, so she just like was sharing her personal development. This is a really good one for exercising. With exercising, what holds you back the most? So this would obviously like kind of be in for like the next point to like an invitation, like to a challenge group or something. But I think this is a great way to kind of give everybody a good view of what you do, right? Like you have posts about nails and your messy kitchen, and then you could add in exercise in there too. So definitely have a variety of not just keeping it all workout and nutrition, but what are you about? What do you like to do? And that's kind of what the next slide will be. Okay, so next step, sorry, Mallory, you can't do this. I just want you to follow 100 people. I don't want you to go more than that, because if you go over like 100 people in an hour, Instagram will block you. Maybe not for long, but simple. All you're going to do is find a person, a brand, a store, a product that you love, go to their followers and follow the first 100 real looking followers, meaning sometimes there are Instagram accounts that look like crap, right? They're just businesses or people from foreign countries, like people you're not going to relate to and people that are just going to be a waste of you following them. So just look for people who have a real profile pic and it's not a business picture. So for example, like I love makeup. So like It Cosmetics or Josie Moran, Honest Company. Like I have freaking diapers and baby wipes up galore of Honest Company, right? I love The Bachelorette. Mine's going to be a lot of baby stuff, right? Ergo Baby, Pottery Barn Kids. I have a husky. So like any husky Instagram accounts, OPI Nails, Anthropologie, etc. And if you can't come up with a person, a brand, a store that you love, go to Amazon. I know you guys purchased something within the last 24 hours. Go check what you purchased, and that's the brand I want you to go look up. So for me, it was some like baby, some baby product. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to go to my orders on Amazon. And it was the Bamboobies disposable breast milk pads. So this will be funny. Let me share my phone so I can show you guys how I'm going to do this. All right, you should see my phone again. So if I go to Instagram, I'm going to go to the search. So this is where you're going to put the person, the brand, the product that you just bought on Amazon. Yep. So this, they have an account. So the reason I'm going to go to them is because I'm looking for other moms, and obviously other moms breastfeed, and those are going to be great people for me to connect to. So I'm going to click on followers, and I'm going to follow the first 100 people that look like real people. I'm not going to follow this person because there's no picture, right? It's a brand. It's a, I don't know what it is, right? Heather, I'm going to follow her. Baby Brown, I'm going to follow her. Clinton person, not, nope. Daniela, I'm going to follow her, right? So I'm going to give you guys really 1 minute. You guys can do this while you're sitting on the bathroom, like door shut. Give yourself 1 minute, and you can do this simply. So I'm going to give you guys 1 minute, and I'm going to do this one as well. And comment too what brand or what person or what blogger that you're looking at. Like the Bamboozy had about 46,000 followers. I would say that's good. If you have somebody that has like 100 million followers, it's going to be too broad. So you definitely want to make it a little bit of a smaller niche that's specific to you. So don't go to Shaun T, don't go to Shailene Johnson, don't go to Autumn Calabrese, right? Like go to something that is specific to you that other Beachbody coaches are not going to be like following. Because we don't want other Beachbody coaches. While we're great and we have a great community, we're doing this to grow a network. So this is how I'm going to get new people that I don't know, who don't know me, but they're going to see my last post. It's going to have an engaging question. Maybe they'll answer it, right? They're going to look at my stories, right? They're going to creep. That's human nature. If someone sends you a friend request, I'm going to go look at your page. If someone sends me a follow or a request to follow, I'm going to look at their page. And if they see that you have things that they can interact with and they like you, they're going to interact with you. And don't worry about like going into their profile like right now and seeing like if they're from the US or Canada or whatever. Just make this quick, right? There's no emotion attached to this. If they follow you, great. If they don't, not a big deal. There's millions and millions of people. And sometimes you'll go through like this one isn't the greatest. It has, I can tell, a lot of like foreign people that are not my people. So I probably wouldn't go back to Bambuzi and look for 100 new people. I would go to another brand or another blogger. And sometimes what I do too, like I do Instagram for business. That's it. I do not scroll. I do not follow. I really don't follow bloggers, or really, I don't follow anyone on Instagram. I'll ask my girlfriends that do that kind of, who are like Instagram stalkers, and they know like who's popular and this and that. Ask them, say, hey, who do you like right now? Who are you following? If your friend likes them, then that would probably be a really great fit for you. So if you don't know anyone to follow, then ask around, right? There's definitely somebody that you know, one of your friends that can help you out too. All right, is everybody done? Give me a thumbs up if you got 100. Sorry, Mallory. Perfect, Vanessa and Wendy, great. Anybody else want to share what thing they looked, what followers they looked up yet? Yeah, so Patricia, think of the things that like you use in everyday life. What shampoo, what brand of clothing. Sometimes I do what works good is like a local store. So we have like a very few like organic plate, like cute like organic places to eat and shop and things. So that's a great place. Something local, so you'll get people near you. Oh, that's a good one, Patricia. Patricia, the Cupshe. And sometimes too, in my notes section on my phone, I just have I have like brands listed. That way, when I go to do this activity, 100 followers, I can just like, if I have mom brain and can't think it off the bat, I can go to here. So in my notes section, it's really all baby stuff. Yeah. Nested Bean, Hatch, The Ollie World, Lulu and Company, Owlets, Snuggles, It's Your Itsy, Solly Baby, She Fit, Pink Blush, Pink Stork. It's all baby stuff. So those are the people that, you know, for the rest of the week, probably that'll last me like 2 weeks of going 100 and following people. Boogie Wipes, good one. Crit Cut, that's a good one, Lisa. Yep, twin stuff, perfect. Great. All right, let me get back to my PowerPoint and get back on track. Okay. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is connect to 10 people that are following you. So what you're going to do is comment on one of their posts with a question, because I find that if I go to somebody else's page and I just say like, oh, that's cute, or, you know, great picture, like I think that's very generic, number one. They're not going to like respond, or they're not going to go to your profile and look to see what you're about. They're going to kind of think like, oh, that's just like someone, like that's just a robot that's doing that stuff. And then what's going to happen is if you post a question on their post, a good conversation could come about from that too. And then also compliments. So you can comment on their post with a question or a compliment, but do it, like I said, with complete sentences and not just like cute picture. Like actually like come up with something with substance for that compliment. And that compliment can be like in the form of a comment, or if you want to private message them and talk about with whatever that they posted about, like that's a great way too. So I'm going to give us like 5 minutes, because this is where like the connection part happens of like having that emotion with people before we invite them, right? So we did a lot of the networking with, finding new followers. We already like set up the stage of posting with a question and then doing some stuff on Instagram to get in, on the stories to get engagement. But now is like the connection part that we're doing with people. So I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes to do that. Connect to 10 people that are following you. And if you are a brand new coach and you're like, I have 0 people that are following me, then you know what? I want you to go and follow more people. It's okay if you go over 100 if you don't have any followers. Mallory, right now I've just been commenting. But I think DMing with compliments is a really great idea, especially just to switch it up.
Does it lock you out after you add 100 people?
Followers?
Yeah.
Within an hour. It might or might not, but that's like the limit that you should stay with.
Like daily, right?
That should be hourly.
So say right now, I don't know how many I just added on there, but if I got to 100, would it stop? Or it would let me keep going?
It might not. Like if you've been doing that like consistently for a while, it might. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, I think you just have to like, I would personally just stop. So maybe like if you do this, the 100 followers in the morning and night, that will give it like enough time.
Okay.
And just to show you guys really quick, if you don't know how to find your followers, just go to that little person down here, and then you're going to see who's following you right there. And I'm going to look for people that look like me that I could actually be friends with in real life. So I'm not going to go to Bobby's page and comment and compliment him on one of his pictures. Like he's not my people. I'll go to Jenna, and because I'm not following her back, I can't comment on anything. So that's the only thing you have to kind of watch out for. Like, so earlier today, I went through my following list and I delete people too. So sometimes if you unfollow people too quickly and their page is private, you don't have that time to make that connection with them. So that's the only thing. But if you do it in order and don't unfollow people before you comment, then you're kind of in the clear. So on this chick's baby picture, I'm complimenting what a ham. How old is he? So then I get a double whammy. So that was 1 for me.
When you comment on people, are you recording them like to track all these conversations, or how do you do that? You
I
just kind of okay.
I just hope that because I'm having that interaction with them there, that they're going to start watching my stories.
Okay.
And then that's kind of where I'll pick up with them. Or if they then start commenting like on my posts, then that's where, we can dive in deeper. All right, one more minute for this one. I think this one kind of is that time that you want to take a little bit more time with it to really make those connections genuine. And you can do the same thing too with people who are watching your stories. If you just want to go there first and do your connections from there instead of like going through your followers, either way, like you're connecting with people that are watching you. Okay. Did everyone get 10? 5? 1? All right, cool. I'm not sharing my screen anymore. All right, back on track. All right, the next thing that you guys are going to do are interact with 10 people that commented on a popular post. So going back to like Bamboozy, I would go to one of their posts and interact with 10 people like on their posts. So same thing, go to somebody that you'd like to follow, example, Rachel Ray, or a popular blogger or a popular brand, go to their posts and interact with their followers on their posts. So maybe it's that you agree with them or whatever the case may be. So let me go to Bamboozy and show you guys an example. Their stuff is actually pretty funny. All right, so this post that they did, it's a lot harder than it looks in the books. They didn't have any their only comment was themselves. Okay, so this might not be the greatest one. All right, so this chick, Rebecca, said, just placed my order, excited to try them. So I can reply and say, hey girl, did you try them yet? How do you like them? All right, so this one's a little bit better, has 15 comments, but still this probably is not the best account to do this with. So I do have some popular like mom bloggers where I did, I just took screenshots so I didn't forget their names. Sometimes like if you follow them, I don't know, I get so lost on Instagram. So I just take pictures of their stuff. That way I can remember who they are. So I can go, that's obviously Beachbody Coach. So this is where I just kind of keep all my like Instagram stuff. So I can go to this chick, Chelsea, search her. She has a lot. She has 5.3 million followers, so that might be a little bit too many. I want somebody with a little bit less. So this one I might go to, Teach Love and Iced Coffee. So she's gonna have a lot of teachers, something that I can relate to. That's okay, Wendy. I have a ton of weird followers. I think I have 13,000 followers, and more than like 90% are freaking wackos. So it's not about the quality, and I'm glad you brought that up. It's not about the quality or the quantity of followers. It's about the you guys know what I'm saying, right? It's not about how many people you have. It's about the quality of people. So that's why we're going to things that we like, so we can find real, actual people and not freaking weirdos. Yeah, so Adriana, like when we go to the next step of unfollowing people, like if you are following some random person and they're not your people, just unfollow them. All right, I'll give you guys like 1 more minute on that. Okay, so the next thing that we're gonna do is like 25 new photos. This should take legit 25 seconds. Just go to the homepage on your Instagram and just go down the list, right? If it's coaches, I don't think it counts. So if it's like one of us, you should like it anyways and help us out. But just go down, just like 25. And this took me the longest time to realize. If you just double tap on the picture, it likes it. I think Facebook should definitely have that. And if it's something I really don't like I'm not a cat person, I'm not gonna like that. Sorry. But really don't overthink it. Just 25 seconds. And this is gonna help you with your algorithm too. If you're not being social on social media, if you're just posting, and that's what I used to do a lot of, and sometimes I have to get out of this habit too, is just like posting and that's it. Like you have to interact. If Instagram doesn't see that you're liking and commenting on other people, they're gonna say, you know what, she's just in it for herself and we're not gonna show her posts to her people. And I'm not sure if there's a cap of how many pictures that you can like, but I would probably stick around the same thing too. So if you wanted to like double or triple these numbers, I would kind of like stick at that 100 mark. with like commenting too. Like, I mean, if you can do 100 comments, like that's awesome. But quality over quantity. Okay, done. Boop. Now, since we did all of that, now you can go back and unfollow 100 people because you don't want, I'll show you guys too. Let me stop this share. My phone's about to die. That's not good. Where am I going? Okay, so if you're following more people than are following you, when people go to your page, they're gonna know that you're just like following people to get followers, right? So that's why you want the people that you're following to be smaller than your followers. And sometimes too, like I don't do this all the time because we just added 100 people, right? Like we just added 100 new followers. So I would probably save this one for like tomorrow morning. Because if it's somebody, and my computer is going to die too. All right. So if the computer dies, sorry, you guys. If I am like going through and adding 100 new followers and it's people that are active on Instagram, they're totally going to see that within like 6 hours by the next morning, right? If it's people that aren't on Instagram, like those aren't people that you really want to be connecting with anyways. Like we want people that are going to be active on social media, right? We want people that are going to be good coaches. So I would say go back and unfollow people the next day. Or if you want to, go to your following here, the people that you're following. And what I really like that I found out today too is see where you can sort by default. If you click on it, you can sort by date followed latest. So these are the latest people that you've just followed. If you kind of do this for a while, then you can go back a few days and unfollow those people. So those are people that you followed probably a long, long time ago. They're not people that you just added today. So those are good people to go back to and unfollow. And same thing, I would just cap this one out at 100 people per day. Per hour, I think that might be a little bit too much with the unfollow, just because there's apps that Instagram's trying to cut down on with the unfollow thing. So just do 100 maybe every other day if you're kind of just getting into this, because you do want to obviously grow your following. If you do it too soon, if you just follow someone 5 minutes and unfollow them the next second, like that's not gonna look cool, right? So since my computer is dying, you can do that one later after the call or tomorrow morning. Oh, this tip I really liked is tag someone, like, so that Bambuzi brand that I was looking at, like they had a lot of people that were tagging other people, like their friends were tagging them. So I think that's a really good idea if like you start to get to know your followers or you have a challenger and you tag them in something that's going to help them, or you find it's going to be inspirational for them or funny for them, or if you know a follower that's into Huskies and you found something that's, you know, that she would really like and you tag them in that. That's a really great way to connect with people. So you tagging them in other things that they would find inspiration or that would help them. And then obviously respond back. We're going to go back. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to go through and see who commented on my posts. Then I'm going to message them or I'm going to comment back to them. I'm going to go through my Instagram stories. Remember, Instagram, you have that 24-hour period, but I feel like you can still look to see who replied back or clicked on your poll. But I would just do those right away so people don't forget, because if they're, you know, they're doing a lot of stuff on Instagram, you know, after 24 hours, people are going to forget what they freaking clicked on, right? So get to people the sooner with that kind of stuff, the better, so they remember when they actually did it. Because we don't want to just post and do stories without having the follow through, without, that's where you're going to have that connection. That's where you're going to have that growth with people. Then eventually when you invite them, it's going to be more authentic. It's not going to be as scary. You're ripping off that Band-Aid way before, instead of just doing a big old like cold invite. And hey, you might get somebody that you've never talked to before that commented on a fitness post or clicked on a fitness poll. Great, go right for it, right? For me, like if they're commenting on something that's fitness related, or doing clicked on a poll on my stories that's fitness related, I'm gonna go right into it, right? I'm not gonna beat around the bush. Like, I'm not somebody that wants to get my beat bush. That sounds awful. Like, I like people just tell me how it is, right? Like, if I'm talking to you about fitness, I'm not gonna ask you about your cat or your dog or whatever, or your kids. Like, sure, if my post was about my kids, and that's the conversation we're having. But if it's about fitness, working out, coaching, I'm going to get right to the point with people. And this little part here was just something I was listening to on a call. If you're having people that aren't responding back to you or are ghosting you, this is what a coach did. Is she would first apologize and say, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't, forget about you. Tell me what your story is, like catch me up with what you're doing. Tell me what you want to, tell me what you're wanting to do, or, where did we last leave off? Like, where are you on your journey?" So I thought that was really cool. Like, she kind of like took it upon herself to apologize, not apologize for them, but saying like, "Hey, my bad. I didn't we haven't caught up in a while. What's your story? Catch me up. What have you been doing? What have you been wanting to do?" And she's been getting a lot of people to respond back to her that way. So 1 minute until 9 o'clock, and that was my goal, to finish by 9. So hopefully you guys found this a little bit helpful to help you grow your network, connect with people, and then there's a million calls on inviting, right? We've done it in the past, but I think that will give us a little bit more, I don't know, not comfort, but take that scariness and that fear away from inviting if we have all of that, upfront connection and talking to people in the beginning, and not talking to people that we don't like or don't get us or anything like that. Like, this, I think, is going to help kind of narrow down your niche and people that you like. Yes, Wendy, I will share the slides. Oh, and I do have like a check mark off with all this stuff too, and I'll post that in the team page. So if you guys are not doing anything, let's put your picture up, and we'll take a picture, put on Instagram, and think of a poll or a question that you can ask. What did you guys do tonight? I was on my team call. All right, Erica, can we see you? All right, if not, all good. All right, guys. Smile. One. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. All right, guys. Have a great call. Next week, I'm not sure if we're going to have a call. I forget when was that, Labor Day, Memorial Day, one of those holidays are. So I'll let you guys know in the team page. Have a great night. See you guys.